Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is one of the hosts, Donald Gully from the Godzilla Nerds, and everybody who's watching, who's going to be watching, help us celebrate Godzilla's birthday. We know it was yesterday. The Big G just turned 67, but today we got another guest coming in. Hey, how you doing, Nick?
Ear.
Hey, we already live. I just wanted to start. Didn't want to keep anybody waiting. Um, I know Sir said he'll be on in a minute. So I was just letting people know, come out, man, and enjoy the show tonight because I got a feeling it's gonna be real good. It's gonna be real good. Dude, that is fire, bro. Dude, that's awesome.
I was waiting until we start this movie to wear this shirt, but kind
Dude,
of
that
on the
was awesome.
low.
Remy,
What up?
how you doing? We already live, bro. I was just telling Nick that we already
Alright,
live.
live.
I just wanted to go
Nice.
ahead and start. I didn't want anybody to be waiting too long.
Yeah, I know. Understandable.
That hoodie's awesome, Remy. I like that. Check out Nick's shirt,
Thanks.
bro. That's fire.
Yeah, I have the exact same shirt actually.
Yeah, that's dope. That's cool. I know Sir said he'll be on in a few minutes.
Yep.
How your week been going so far, Remy?
I'll send you the
It's
link.
going pretty good.
That's good. That's
Did I
good.
get him? There was a mosquito trying to kill it.
Ah, I
That's
can
why.
stand
That's
mosquitoes, bro.
that's why you saw me clapping because I was trying to get it. I think I got
That's
him.
the hand clap. The
Yep.
hand clap. Ah.
The thunderclap right there.
Yeah, man. This is about to be awesome, man. Godzilla 1954. Man, this movie was awesome. Awesome, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome, man. Awesome.
I didn't have time to watch it, but I know. But I've seen it enough to remember the scenes. I'm like, nah, I remember it.
I've
Right, right.
seen the I've seen the 1956 version.
Mm.
Okay.
I haven't like the OG version, the 1954. I don't think I've ever seen, but I've seen the 1956 version, which is
I
like for
Okay.
the
hadn't.
Americans, I guess.
It's
I
like the
hadn't
same thing
seen
as if
any
you did,
version
man.
beforehand. Like I saw every other Godzilla film, but what was I like 14? I think was like the first time I actually like sat down and watched the original 1954 one for the first time. I was
Yeah, this
like,
is
I
the
gotta
first
sit
time I've
down
seen
and
it.
like watch it because like
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
pretty
other
awesome.
Godzilla movies, so I had to like I was like, I gotta sit down and I gotta watch this one first. And at the end, I was like, yeah, that was pretty dark. That was pretty
Yeah,
depressing.
yeah, it is.
I was like, that was a downer. Let me continue on with my day.
Honestly,
Yeah, we waiting. I'm waiting on what Surge.
yeah, it's actually like the last one we're waiting on
Surge.
Oh, okay. Surge. Yeah, this is
because
gonna be awesome.
he wanted to say a prayer, right?
Those of you who are watching, if you guys have any questions while we wait for our guy Surge, feel free to ask. Want to hear from y'all perspective as well. Help us celebrate Godzilla birthday. Like I said, we knew it was yesterday, but we normally do our streams on Thursday. So, what other way to do it than to represent the 1954 Godzilla movie? Pretty much
Hot
the.
second had me think it was like Wednesday.
Oh yeah, yeah, man,
But
this is
nah,
awesome, man. But we got probably give Serge maybe another minute. Once he get on, he can just chime in. But yeah, Nick, how your week going, bro?
can't complain. I was with my parents last weekend. Love them to death.
Oh man, that's awesome. Nothing wrong with that, man. That's awesome.
Other than that, taking my car to get inspected, which failed inspection because of a gas cap malfunction.
What?
Yeah, that, yep. My Jeeps are known for that, for malfunctioning with their gas caps.
Oh wow.
I mean, it doesn't bother
All
me.
right.
I just put a brand new one on, so I just gotta wait for it to drive 300 miles for it to be working fine.
Hey, if you guys can see any other questions or comments that's being asked, let me know. Cause for some reason it's not popping up on my screen.
Oh, I see it.
Um, okay.
My boy said,
I,
"What's up?"
what's up, bro?
My other boy's sitting here saying golf because I'm playing golf with friends.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I don't know how to. I don't know how to pull it up on my screen.
I hear. For me, I click the chat and then I click comments.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Chat. Oh,
Kaiju
chat.
World 2 says, "What's up, bro?"
Oh, I
Chat.
see it.
Chat.
Okay.
I'm slow. I don't see it.
You gotta
I
click
see
on
like,
chat, and then you click on comments.
I think that's my boy who said, "The squirrels ate my main
oh
wire in the
man,
car."
Surge is here. Surge.
There he
Doing,
is.
brothers?
I'm a real. How are you?
Doing good, man.
Glad to have you on the chat.
Thank you, thank you.
I don't see it on my screen.
Surge.
I can't find it. So y'all keep me updated with anybody that's saying anything because I can't see it, and I
Yeah, I
don't see
got
the
you.
chat at all. Okay,
Nick will
appreciate it,
be
Nick.
our
Appreciate it.
supervisor with that. Nick,
Sorry.
you're the supervisor for our comments.
Yeah, Nick, you'll be the supervisor.
All right, say less for that one.
Oh man. All right, man. We are the Godzilla nerds. I'm one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm Nick.
Nick.
Remy.
I'm Serge.
And we are the Godzilla nerds. And before we start, we will be talking about the 1954 Godzilla film where it all started. But our brother Serge went to open up with a few words, so we'll let you have the floor, Serge, and we'll jump right into the podcast.
Alrighty, alrighty. Well, thank you guys, and thank you for everybody who shows up tonight to watch, and anybody who watches later. We thank y'all for coming and checking us out. Today, I wanted to open up with a few words. As life goes on, uh, we lose family and friends, people that we love, and on September 12th, 2021, the Godzilla family lost Angel Isaiah Flores, and he went on to be with the good Lord. And he was a young man with a big heart and very good taste in movies. So tonight we will be reviewing his favorite, as told to me by his family. We will be reviewing the original Godzilla 1954, or as we also know, Gojira. And I actually I had the pleasure of sending him along with my Burning Godzilla orange keychain that I had, and I went ahead and gave him that as he went on. And obviously, great movie. I was not surprised, but excited. That was his favorite movie, and that here we are getting to talk about it, review it in his honor. So, in Angel's honor, we review this movie, one of the best movies ever, and we send our condolences to his family. So, and I also couldn't think of a better review to do the day after Godzilla's 67th birthday, hashtag Godzilla Day, to bring to you guys today. So, Donald?
Oh man, that Serge, that was awesome, man. That was awesome.
What's up,
That was
Serge?
awesome, bro. That was
What's up,
awesome.
brother?
Angel, we dedicate this to you. That means boys, we got to put on the show tonight for Angel. And man, it's really tough, man, when you lose somebody that you really love. It's really really hard, man. I think that we've been through that, and but at least Serge, you got to have some kind of relationship, something, with Angel that'll always stick with you and be with you forever. So that's awesome, man. That's really really awesome, bro.
Yeah,
Awesome.
even if we don't, even if you guys didn't know him, like we all share this love for the King of the Monsters, and that's just something we all have in common, something we'll
He's
always have.
still part of the Godzilla family, whether we know him or not.
Mm-hmm.
He's still our brother.
So we about to rock and roll. We are ready. The 1954 Godzilla review is here. I could not wait to talk about this movie because I'm like Andrew. I love this movie. This is my favorite because this is where it all started. This is where it all began um, for the Big G. And as I was watching this movie, this is probably one of the darkest Godzilla movies I've seen. It's one of the darkest. And when I was watching this movie, the way that Godzilla looked, to me, one of his best designs was so detailed for the time that this movie was made. Like it was awesome. This movie was super awesome. So Nick, I want to start with you. Uh, we all had a chance to watch the 1954, 1956 Godzilla film. Nick, what stood out to you the most about the this film?
I mean, what really stood out to me throughout the film is the fact of the suit that they had. It shows the radioactive damage it has done to Godzilla throughout the
Hmm.
years from all the nuclear bombing, all the nuclear waste underwater, all of that. And you could see it in the definition of his face. When he
Right.
rises over that mountain and you see like his jawline slanted and half of it right here missing,
Hmm.
I mean, that's great definition to me. It shows the damage that
Yeah.
it's done. And, you know, as Serizawa, as we see him in 2014, he's Godzilla's best friend and all that, to where you want to take it back in time to the 1954, where Serizawa kills himself with the oxygen destroyer, showing people, oh, this monster can be killed. But, we all know Godzilla placed a curse the moment he passed away. It was a curse that I don't think anybody could escape. No one in Japan can actually escape. You know, the curse is stuck with them, I guess, for the rest of their lives. Because not one, not two, not three, multiple Godzillas start coming in and destroying half of Japan.
Dude, that was awesome. And when I was watching this movie, Japan lets you know that Godzilla is their product. Like they sprinkle in little lines to let you know, like, look, this is ours. Um, and the Godzilla that I love and that I grew up liking was the destructive Godzilla. So there was this one line where this guy said that Godzilla had Japan in a panic. So I start geeking out over that. I'm like, because you're supposed to be scared of Godzilla. Even when you mention his name, people get scared. And I think at the beginning of the movie, and I was having this thought, and I was like, it's me, Remy, Nick, Serge. I'm like, what if we had to sail on the boat like they did? And every time somebody went cross there, it's like Godzilla was destroying. He kept destroying boats. Like if they asked me if like I had to go there, I wouldn't do it. I don't care what it like. I'm not doing it. He was just destroying boats. And another thing that I loved about this movie is that this film had a slow build, and it almost reminded me of Godzilla 2014 when Gareth Edwards did it. It had a slow build, like we'd see Godzilla, but not too much of him, and that's what I liked. Because when Godzilla, anytime he's on the screen, you get a big infatuation out of it. Like you love it, you enjoy it, and that's what I liked about this film the most. Remy, tell me a couple of things that you liked about this film that stood out to you, the 1954 Godzilla movie.
I think I love the fact that for this, they Ishiro Honda went with the mindset that he didn't really want to make a cheesy monster movie. Like you watch this movie
Hmm.
and you do not get any sense of B movie from it. I mean, yeah, sure, Godzilla can look goofy in a couple of shots, but from the side, he looks terrifying, especially when he's breathing,
Yeah,
especially when he's like destroying Tokyo and Japan. To see it ablaze like that alone is like literally out of photographs we could see of the aftermath of Hiroshima. Because this is basically what that movie is. It's a message about how Japan dealt with the bombings of U.S. World War II. And I feel like that film reflects that very well. And just the craftsmanship, too. Like, this is the first kind of, like, suitmation kind of kaiju film. And so you look behind the scenes, and they, like, put their hearts and soul into the special effects of this. Like, you saw how much Tomiyuki Tomoyuki Tanaka had to put in his performance as Godzilla because this was the first time having that kind of suit, and so he had to deal with the issues of having to deal with the material the suit was made out of. Like, you listen to the stories, he fainted a couple of times. Like he got so hot that he like fainted and
Mm-hmm.
fell over
Yeah.
because the suit was just unbearable. So for him to put in this good a performance as Godzilla to make him this iconic character and to get the movements down so well, like that's dedication right there. And that just proves that he's
Yeah.
such a good actor, despite us not seeing him at all. Like he shows his emotions and pathos through the suit itself. I mean, I feel like that's what makes this film so memorable, and like the score too. And this is like one of the few Godzilla movies where the human characters are interesting, where you actually care about every single one of them, but you do not want them to get hurt or die. And when one of them does, you feel bad about it. You feel really
Yeah.
distraught, especially at the end when Serizawa sacrifices himself. You really get to know him and get to care about him, and you understand why he did what he did. But at the same time, it makes the film end on a bittersweet, almost tragic note because of the way he goes. And I feel like this movie, on my screens buffer, there we go. And I feel like this movie is just tragic from beginning to end. Like this movie is not supposed to be happy at all. It's supposed to be a reminder of the hubris humanity can put on ourselves. I feel like that film delivers that message really well.
First of all, Remy, I commend you for being able to say those names because I can't save them to save my life.
Honestly.
It's a lot of
I
it's a lot of
cannot.
practice. A lot of practice, man.
I can't pronounce those names, but also yeah, you're right, Remy. And this whole movie to me was intense, but I think once they introduced Serizawa, that's when it really got intense because he's got a tall order, a tall task. Right, you're trying to destroy something like Godzilla, and one of the guys said nobody's ever seen a priceless specimen like this. No scientist has seen anything like Godzilla. So Serizawa has a tall test, a big order, but he's willing to take on the challenge and he accepts the challenge. And Serizawa himself in this movie, he looks like an intimidating scientist. Not like a mean scientist, but he looks like someone who's full of wisdom, who's full of knowledge, and he's going to do everything to the best of his abilities to get a specific task or job done. That's how he was presented to me in this movie. And before I come to you, Serge, one more thing. The intro is awesome.
Mm.
I love the intro to
Yes, yes, it
1950, but that
was.
intro, that's the best Godzilla. Like that intro had
You
me
got the
hyped from the
footsteps.
beginning. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, I love that when he's coming, you hear the footstep, man.
I mean, there's a
I was
roar,
I
and
was
then the
geeking the
title
whole
screen just
movie.
shows up.
I was geeking the whole movie. My man Serge, I'm gonna bring it to you. Tell me what you enjoyed about this Godzilla 1954 film.
Oh man, what hasn't been said already? Um, throughout all
You
these
can talk
years,
about anything you want.
it's such a dark and looming movie. You know, um, it is very much like you said, a slow burn type movie. But we're just it is, but it isn't. You know, because we get little glimpses here and there. But then also, like you said, the intro starting off with the foot stomp and then the roars. I can only imagine what people thought about that when they were first seeing it in theaters in Japan and here too. Just because of there was just nothing like that yet. Especially with that roar, the two versions of his roar that they start with. That's how he started moving. You know,
Awesome.
um, and which they used later in the MonsterVerse, which is awesome. But yeah, it's I think what's so cool about it is just that it's so different from all the other Godzilla movies we have, and then you know a bit different than most monster movies we have had. Period. Um, I know King Kong did come before Godzilla, but it was it was tragic, right? And so is this movie. But this one was neither. It wasn't triumphant either. You know.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, like there was the tragedy at the end of King Kong, but I think because this one was rooted in something so real, in the destruction and the tragedy in Japan, um, during Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that it was just so much more real, even if it's not, as we would say, realistic, giant monster movie, right? But where it came
Right.
from, such a real thing, so you can, and more than all the other Godzilla movies too, you can feel that. It's almost like you can, how would you say, you can just feel the tragedy in it from the get go, because what these people saw is very similar to what people saw um, in Japan at the time before. So I think there's a very big sense of reality in it, even though it is a giant irradiated dinosaur, right? But the destruction was seen already, and so with that, it has a different weight. There we go. This movie just has a lot more weight than just about all the other Godzilla movies because of where it came from,
Yes.
and you can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it, and kind of like, man, that scene, um, which we get only in the 1954 original version, because it was taken out for political purposes in the 1956 Americanized version, where the mother is holding her children, and I believe she says, "Yeah, that's the scene right there." Especially for 1954. Uh, what did she say? Help me out. Finally, we're
She
gonna see.
says, "Don't
Yep.
worry, we'll be joining your father soon," is what she says.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
and it lights up. Man, that's wow. I can only imagine what people felt like over there when they saw that. Um, even though here we are years later, and yeah, maybe even though I think we can all agree the cinematography was amazing for its time. Um,
Yes.
I that must have been wild to see that and feel that. The other thing is that, man, it just has that movie. It just has those perfect little scenes and clips that just live on in the monster movie and kaiju world. I think um, last thing, the one that I always think about is that one scene where he's in the city, and yeah, he kind of has his back turned, and it's almost like a sad.
Ah.
Yeah, it's the one that they
Yeah.
use for like his 65th birthday. Um, that's his name, and the years
Yeah.
on there, and it's where he's kind of turned away, and it's almost like a sad image, um, of him. It's almost like you can feel something, something not for him, but almost like a. I've heard it said before, and I always feel kind of funny about saying it, but almost like a he's on his own. It's kind of like a loneliness kind of thing. He's this
Hmm.
monster created by nuclear testing and bombs and all that kind of stuff. And I think you can really feel the essence of who Godzilla is and what he is in that picture, and we get it from this movie.
I will say, Godzilla is, and I think he'll always be more of a loner because there'll always be this conflict, whether he's good, whether he's bad. You have people who want to understand him, people who don't want to understand him. And I mean, to me, Godzilla probably really doesn't care. He just takes care of his territory. Like, look, I'm about to go back to sleep. Leave me alone. When another challenge comes, I'll come back. That's kind of how Godzilla moves. He's not really looking to be friends with anybody. I mean, if he's gonna be friends with anybody, it'll probably be Mothra. But I want to go back to something that you said, Remy, about Godzilla looking menacing from the side. He did. But one thing I want to point out is his dorsal plates in this movie was on point. They were killer.
Yeah.
I loved those dorsal plates. Like every time I got a side shot, that's what I looked at. His dorsal plates were awesome, man. Like they were awesome. I really liked that suit. They did a really, really good job with that. And that's what really stood out to me the most is when he turned to the side. And when I was a little kid, I always loved the dorsal plates. And I didn't know what they was. It just, like I said, Toho always had cool designs. I just be geeking over them. I don't know. I don't know. I
I
fall in
think
love with the
I
designs.
think I have that action figure in my attic, the 1954 one. I think he's still in the plastic. I don't think I ever took him out.
Uh,
What? Oh, if you do, you gotta show
Yeah,
us
I still
that.
have him.
Hey,
He's
Donald, we
still
got
up
a
there.
That's
question in the
awesome.
chat.
Uh-oh.
We got multiple questions in the chat
We got a
actually.
question by Alex Allen. He asks, "What Godzilla movies come close to the first movie to you guys?" Alan, I'm gonna say Shin Godzilla. I think like it's the closest that comes to this because I feel like Shin Godzilla is the most like similar in tone
Mhm.
and kind of story structure to this film.
Yeah, I think
And plus,
I think I'm gonna
Godzilla's
go with
design
Remy with
looks
that one.
yeah, Godzilla's design looks very similar to the 1954 one. To be honest, Shin Godzilla, I mean.
Oh wow. Which one comes closer? This movie is one of the more serious Godzilla movies, so for me, this is like really,
Yeah.
really hard. Um, just because of the tone, the darkness to it. Wow, that was a really good question.
Oh, I would say
1950.
1984 too. Actually, 1984 is pretty close to this one as well, in tone especially, because 1984 is pretty serious.
Yeah, yeah, 1984
Actually,
series. Yeah,
Remy's right. The 1984 Godzilla was
1984.
almost matches this one because in my opinion, that would be the second Godzilla that came to terrorize Japan.
Yeah,
That would be the
Right.
second one to come
Well,
and
because
terrorize
they
them
even
yeah,
by
said that
himself.
1984 ignores all the other movies after 1954
Hmm.
and like acts as a direct sequel to that one.
I think the only
What
thing
was
Yeah,
that's
the
missing from 84, 85 is just the human sacrifice. That's about it. Other than that, it's pretty.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Those would be my picks
pretty?
too:
Yeah.
84, 85, and Shin.
What What was
yeah,
the other
those are my
question,
picks.
Nick?
Those are my questions.
One of my friends just said, "Long live Mothra."
Well, there's that.
Yes. Hey, shout out to
Yes,
Mothra,
Rip.
man.
Mothra is the
She
queen.
died. She dies in
Mothra.
every movie. Dies in every
Mothra.
movie
She
we know,
does. The only no, wait,
except
that's not true. The
except
only
her own
Mothra movie where
movies.
she doesn't die is Godzilla versus Mothra: Battle for Earth. That's the only.
I think what saves Mothra
Um,
Nope.
is she has the
Remy's
ability
right.
to she has the ability to come back. That's what saves her. Because it would suck if she just
Yeah.
died all the time and just couldn't come back. So it kind of saves her that she has the ability to
Yeah,
come back. But just imagine just not having that ability, and when you die, you're dead.
it's like Optimus Prime.
So
He dies, but then all of a sudden they bring him back.
He died and
And
came
you're
back.
like, wait, how do you come back? It's like the Matrix of leadership. You know what?
so
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I know we have a few people watching, so they probably want to chime in on this question as well that I'm about to ask you guys. So I'm gonna go. I believe it's your turn, Nick. I believe I'm coming to you, Nick. If
Yep.
you could be one character in the 1954 Godzilla movie, who would you be and why?
I would say Godzilla, but that's a cliche thing. That would be the most clicheest thing anybody could say. Yeah, I want to be Godzilla. Yeah, I would be Serizawa.
Okay.
I would be Dr. Serizawa. Not because he's menacing looking or he's like one of the main characters, but he's a scientist. All he wants to do is be left alone, explore things, and these people came bombarding to him saying, "Oh, you have something that can kill this creature. Why don't you use it?" And he showed them why.
Right.
He put the oxygen destroyer in a tank, and it killed every single fish in that tank. But
Yeah.
it's more of his sacrifice that drew that like I want to be him. You know, the sacrifice that he did. He went down with the oxygen destroyer, killed Godzilla, but also himself. But he took his secrets with him. Whatever secrets he had, all the ideas of building that thing, he took it to the grave with him, along with Godzilla's bones.
Man, you know what, Nick? I love you because I can see all us paddling on a boat. And when we see Godzilla, we can be like, Nick, there he go. Just go ahead and do that. You go home and we'll keep on rowing and we'll miss you now, Nick. But Nick got us. I love
You
you, Nick.
got
I
it.
knew you was my brother,
oh
Nick.
boy,
You
I
got
knew
it,
it.
Nick.
that's
Go on,
terrible.
Oh
bro.
man.
Faster.
And Godzilla coming out there. I'm like, man, Remy, I like that
All
answer.
right, Nick's got him.
Which character would you like to be, Remy? If you could be one character in this movie, who would it be and why?
I like the big Godzilla. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, not guy. I know everybody's gonna go. I like the big Godzilla, but nah, I'm not gonna do that either. I don't want to be cliche. I would probably be the doctor character, like the older. I forgot his name, but the
Oh,
older
okay.
doctor character. You know what I'm talking about? The one who kind of had like
I,
that
I can't I
kind of like
can't say his
really
name,
cool
so
mustache. I can't say his name. I forgot his name to begin with. But I want to be him because for some reason, every single time I see him, I always get this sense of like great wisdom. Like he has so much like wisdom to share, and he just seems like a really good-hearted man to begin with, so I want to be him because I want to be smart, but also because I also want to point out, like, hey, more atomic bombs drop, this could mean the end of the world because more Godzillas are probably going to be born. So we need to stop screwing up.
Yeah.
We need to stop, but on the weapons, shut up and just stop. Stop it. Get some
Honestly,
help.
I don't even think more
No.
bombs will make more Godzillas. It'll probably just make that one stronger. Because
Oh,
look what happened
that's
in
even worse.
look what happened in 2019, King of the Monsters. You know, he
Yeah.
was feeding off radiation, and what did
Oh,
Serizawa
yeah.
do?
No,
He
look
went
what happened
down
in
with a
2014.
nuclear warhead. Yeah,
What
all
happened
the
in 2014 in the
nuclear.
beginning when they dropped the Lucky Dragon on Godzilla? What did that do to him? Nothing. Just made him
Yeah,
bigger and stronger
that
for
just
kudos.
and pissed off. Probably pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took it out on the Mudos.
All right, so we got
But you know,
Sarazawa. You the cool guy with the mustache. All right, sir. What we got? If you could be one character in this movie, who would you like to be and why?
I don't know if I want to be anybody in the movie. Everything that they go through, shoot. Like, who's spared?
That is true, though.
Serizawa dies.
that woman's dad.
The chick is traumatized. The other dude is stealing this other dude's wife.
Godzilla dies. You
Godzilla
can't even be
dies.
Godzilla. Godzilla
Yeah.
dies at the end.
Yeah, who
You
does?
can't be any character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, probably the safest one is like Remy. You said the doctor, just because. Oh, I like that guy. He was well.
Yeah,
I
was
would say he
cool.
knew what he was talking about, but he was figuring it out, right? So
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to go with the doctor, just because he doesn't get smashed or blown to bits or atomic breath or anything. I don't think so.
Yeah. No, he's
Yeah,
fine.
I thought he was cool. Yeah, the doctor. He's the safest one.
We got a question in the chat.
Okay.
What do you think of how the oxygen destroyer would make Destroyer?
Wait, what was the question again?
What do you think of how the oxygen destroyer would make Destroyer?
I mean, they already explained it in the Godzilla
Well, I
vs.
think it was
Destroyer
cool.
that when the oxygen was let out, it like reawakened.
Mm-hmm.
What did it do? Did it reawaken
From like a
those parasites, or did it evolve them or mutate them?
it
mutated
mutated them.
But
Yeah,
was it
mutated
became-
them. That's right.
became
Yeah,
radioactive?
became
Yeah, I
mutated the
thought
parasites.
I thought that was awesome. I thought the
Yeah.
way that they used that oxygen destroyer to tie it in with Destroyer was great, and especially them not turning around doing the movie right away. They gave you the build up, and then everything started to come together. Like that's what I
And
like the
then
most. So
you get the big
yeah,
final form of Destroyer. You're like, oh, there
yeah,
he is.
yeah. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. And Destroyer, he looks so crazy. When I was a kid, I was scared of Destroyer. But I thought it was a good idea, though. I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
I thought it
I
was
saw
believable.
you, sir. Don't laugh at me, bro.
No, I thought it was believable. You know, like it wasn't something. I mean, something as far out as, oh, these Godzilla cells got taken up into space and went into a black hole. You know, which is awesome, which was cool. But you know, the oxygen destroyer leading to Destroyer is pretty legit.
That was a good build up.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was great. And also, by the way, since we got people watching right now, we do this every Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Central Time. So if you guys got a request for any movie for us to talk about, let us know, and me and the boys will get together on live, and we'll talk about it, and we'll see if this will go. I think that'll be a pretty good idea. I just want to throw that in there.
Doesn't just have to be
And,
Godzilla movie either. It could be any type of kaiju film.
Yeah. Yep. And
Gamma
that's all we do.
counts
Yeah. Can't leave out my boy, man. Can't leave out my boy.
Can't leave out Gamma
But
for Remy.
I would say
Yes.
I would be Serizawa, and if I had to be a secondary character, I have your back, Nick. I'll be the guy that took the dive, but I gotta come up though. Don't let me stay down. I gotta come up, bro. I gotta come up.
We'll pull you up. I'll stay down. That'll be the end of it.
And I think
Or me and Serge
And
can
I
be the
think,
only ones that survive and just paddle away while you guys go on and sacrifice yourselves.
oh, y'all was the people that pulled up the thing and nobody came up. When the guy came up from the first dive and they went to pull for Sarazawa, and I was like, oh man, they got intense, man. They got
Yeah.
really, really intense. Um, let's
Alex
just
Allen said, "Do you think the MonsterVerse respects Godzilla's past?"
I think,
yes.
yeah. I think they do.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah, they
I feel like they
respect
do
it.
a better job of showing respect to Godzilla than the 1998 piece of trash that came out.
That's a
Oh,
That
you're
movie's
talking
dinosaur
about
movie, bro.
garbage.
you're
That
talking
movie's
about Zilla, the
garbage.
fake Godzilla,
Yeah,
the one
Zilla,
that just
the fake
stands hunched
Godzilla.
over this way
Um,
instead of
Yeah,
standing
the one that
upright
got
like it's
killed by
supposed to,
missiles. The one
and
thing
died on the
Godzilla doesn't
bridge.
do, he doesn't die
oh,
by
Surge.
missiles.
Look, look,
Oh,
look, look,
that's
look.
awesome, bro.
This one blew through a bridge. The other one died on a bridge.
There you
The
go.
bridge was
Well,
bigger than him.
It wasn't
I'll say
even the
this
same
to
size
answer,
as the bridge.
Yes.
I'll say to answer Alan's question, I will say yes. I think any if the MonsterVerse is going to continue with Godzilla movies, I mean even Kong movies, because I have a lot of respect for Kong. He gets like some unwanted slander, but I would say for Godzilla movies, I think people who direct those movies and create those movies needs to know his past and his history because that's really really important. And I think the
Mm-hmm.
MonsterVerse has done a great job of evolving Godzilla and continuing to evolve Godzilla. I think they've done an exceptional job. They couldn't have done it better, in my honest opinion. I mean, you had the 2014. That was a great movie. King of the Monsters was a
Yeah.
great movie. To have King Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, and then even to have Godzilla versus Kong, like you can see everybody who's directed this Godzilla film knows their history, and that's what I like the most about the MonsterVerse. They know their history, so they have a lot of respect. Especially they have a lot of respect for Toho. That's really big too, really really
Mm-hmm.
big.
Because
And
if you
so
don't, Toho's just gonna go. Okay, then we're gonna take our rights back. Thank you, and that's it. That's what they did with
look, I need the
1998. They
best of both
saw
worlds.
they saw
Yeah,
1998
and
and went, "Yeah, we'll have our rights back. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you,
I
freaking
I think
Americans."
as a director, I think as a director in the MonsterVerse, Gareth Edwards had the most pressure on him directing a Godzilla film, only because the 2014 was the comeback film in the U.S. Like that movie had to be good. It had to be somewhat enjoyable because
Yeah,
it's
because
coming
of
off
the
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 last.
1998 version, the 1998
Right,
trash
right.
version that they made, which is Godzilla all by himself, hunched over and walking around New York, and for the Brooklyn Bridge is bigger than him. Like
And
they had to make an upcoming comeback from that. I'm sorry,
yeah,
but trash movie.
the
They did.
Godzilla 1998, the 1998 Godzilla had a deer hoof as a foot. I don't know what that was. Like I have no idea what that was. But yeah, but that was a good question. That was an awesome question. Nick, I'm gonna bring it back to you. The 1954, and if anybody got any more questions, we're here to answer. We're here. We still got a while, man. I'm really enjoying this, so this is fun. This is fun. Uh, Godzilla's atomic breath in this movie, I thought was awesome. It was all, and he still had the charge up in his back too, and the way he melted those power lines. And Godzilla was straight up like annihilating people. Like he literally like hit sprayed his atomic breath at those people on the corner, like on
Yeah.
purpose. He did that on purpose.
Those cops, yeah, those cops died.
Yeah,
Those cops have the
he,
worst of it.
he did that on purpose. And he had this one cool shot when Godzilla walked up to the power line, and then he kind of stopped. Then it goes to the other scene. They're like pausing. Then it goes back to Godzilla. And he just says, when he finally walks through it, like I thought that was awesome. So Nick, talk to me a little bit about that scene, Godzilla destroying the city. Well, he did it twice. He did it twice. But just talk to me about Godzilla, the destruction level in this movie. How much did you enjoy it?
You know, we all seen Godzilla. We all seen his past, his present, and now his future. We
Uh-huh.
see how 1954. He was very, very destructive. Like I don't think he had a single beating soul in his body. Like if you look, his eyes were black. They were black. There was no
Yeah.
white, no just pitch black. comparing to the Godzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah, the guardian monsters, where his
Yeah,
eyes were
yeah,
pitch white. The destruction in here was just I would say good, awesome for us kaiju fans, and I think this is what kicked off where Godzilla first uses atomic breath to kill people.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he killed people running into the trees. He killed the cops in the corner, and we see throughout all the times of Godzilla where his atomic breath evolves. Right now, 1954, it's like a little misty, but it's very powerful. But he still has to charge up for it. And
Right.
then you fast forward, you got the blue laser coming out. Then you keep going, red lasers, and it keeps going. So, you know, the destruction, I would say, was very heavy, very heavy. Like
Yeah, it was
like
awesome.
the people that ran down the alleyway and didn't get crushed. I thank God they didn't get crushed, but pretty sure the tail whipped them in the process. The destruction was
especially,
crazy.
especially when they were driving the cars. Man, he had cars turning. Now that part was funny because the cars was going so fast, they were so out of control. They just boom hitting buildings, turning over on the side. Like it was crazy. The
I
destruction
do
level in
want to
that scene
point
was
out
crazy.
something. The jets that were coming in to first shoot him, did you guys count the amount of missiles that missed? I counted 24 missiles completely miss him. They all flew by. I'm like, so I could understand it hitting people with missiles, but a giant object smacked down in front of you. How do you miss 24 missiles?
Yeah, I love how
Like,
Look,
Godzilla just goes
wow.
like this a couple times.
I
Yeah,
don't
he's like
care
Get
what
out of here.
missile,
He's like,
missile.
shoot, go away, get out of here. They just miss him
I,
entire time.
I
He's
don't
like, get.
I don't care what anybody says. I know the military cannot stop Godzilla, but I love when they come just so I can watch him destroy them. I love it.
Yes.
I can't get enough of it. I just love it. Remy, you talked to me about the destruction in the 1954 Godzilla film. How did you receive it?
To be honest, this is the first time in a Godzilla film where during the destruction scenes, I actually am not like cheering at all. I actually kind of feel bad for all the buildings getting blown up and destroyed because I feel like it's because of the serious tone this movie has where I'm not excited about the destruction. I'm actually kind of like, oh god, this is pretty bad. Like just watching, like it's pretty terrifying too. Like the shots, like again, they do a really good job with with the low angle shots they have of people running in the
Yeah.
foreground, and then you have Godzilla in the background just like walking and like destroying it. Like it's just like that looming shape of him, that looming silhouette, like
Hmm.
over the buildings,
Yep.
just comes out as
Yep.
imposing and intimidating to me. And especially the part where I think the scariest scene to me is when you have that train traveling on the train tracks and you just see Godzilla's foot like come down right in front of them. And he like looks down
Oh yeah.
and then he like picks one of them up and just like throws it back on the ground. And that again, another 1984 reference that too with Godzilla picking up one of the train tracks and just tossing it to the side.
Like that's a bad way to go.
So
That's a bad
I feel
way to
like this is like
die.
the
You
first time
shouldn't have
where
done the train.
the destruction scenes are like, yeah, where destruction scenes are like really. This should be on the train. They didn't know.
Look, think
I mean,
about it. You
granted, they
on the
should have
phone
known. I
with
mean,
your
how can you
wife.
miss Godzilla? But they didn't know.
You on the phone
They
with your
didn't
wife. Where you
know.
going, baby? Yeah,
There's
we going up. We're going to Boston somewhere, and then all of a sudden, Godzilla just take the train that you want, and it's over with. Like it is over with.
yeah,
I'll say
no,
this:
like
I felt bad for the main characters, but not the side characters. I was cheering for Godzilla when he was destroying them.
nah, it's horrible, Donald. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with
I did.
that.
It's
Sometimes you
like
gotta
Well,
cheer for it.
1954. I feel like this and GMK are the most brutal Godzilla has been towards human beings. Like in GMK, you literally see him shoot atomic breath just at a small crowd of people because he just wants to, because he feels like it. And you see like a
but
giant
Remy,
mushroom cloud.
But Remy, you gotta think though. When they start playing that theme song, man, like I can't just sit there like this and be sad. When I hear
Yeah.
that, it just does something to me. I don't know what it
Okay,
does
yeah,
to
no,
me.
I'll give you that. When the jets are flying by and you hear that theme song, Godzilla in the water, okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. I also do really like when Godzilla actually grabs the bridges and like just like flips it
Oh
over.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you ain't going anywhere. I'm keeping you guys trapped here. You think you're gonna escape me? No, 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 not in my house."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Serge, talk to me a little bit about the destruction in the 1954 film. How much did you enjoy it, especially it being the first Godzilla film?
Well, I mean, I think it was. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, obviously at the time, I don't think people had seen destruction like that. I mean, there's no destruction like that in King Kong or other movies like that. Maybe in some of the other Ray Harryhausen movies, yeah, there is some destruction, but not to that level. And I think the destruction, it's almost. I think one of y'all said it's almost like it's enjoyable, but it's not at the same time because there's more of a realistic feel to it, and then also because,
Uh-huh.
like y'all said, there's actual people dying, and we actually see that, which of course is not something that is regularly seen in Godzilla movies, um, which it is a trip, especially with scenes like the mother and her children, when you see them get blown away. Um, that's
Oh yeah, that was
pretty
bad.
great. Um,
And Donald's
yeah,
just like, "Yeah, destruction." During that scene
yeah,
too,
like
huh? You cheering when
yeah,
that scene happened, Donald?
yeah, like
We got 3 questions.
how do
Three.
you top
Okay.
that?
It's from the same guy, Alex.
Okay.
First one, he says, "Could you guys review Cloverfield?" Ooh,
What? You don't like
Uh,
Cloverfield?
ooh,
We could
Cloverfield. Ooh, we
in
could.
the
I like
future.
I've
But
never, I've
yeah,
never
Yeah.
seen, I've never seen
You never seen
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield?
So,
Oh
well,
shoot!
what I try to do, majority of the people that watch us, they're mainly like Godzilla and King Kong fans. So I try to keep it within where people watch us. But I've never seen it. Like
Yeah.
I will watch it though, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, Alan. We'll review it in the future one of these
it was
days.
it was inspired by Godzilla.
oh
Yeah.
Lord, you guys,
What?
Well,
same guy,
but
Alec. Would you guys review the
yeah.
1998 Godzilla?
Maybe, maybe not.
Alex, what are you doing to me?
Um.
All right,
Alex,
look.
I'm sorry,
So
You
man,
know
but
what?
I don't
Yeah,
know, man. I would have to muster
it'll be a yes because he's still part of the
every
franchise.
fiber of my good.
He's still
yeah,
Godzilla.
you know
That
what? Yeah, we
and
could do that. We could do that. That's probably gonna be the best show ever.
And he also said, "How would the destruction Godzilla did in GVK compare?"
Hmm. Uh. Which one is he talking about? The first one or the newer one?
Oh,
I think the first one.
The Now the first one they were scared of. That without they were still scared of Godzilla. Was that 1962 when he fought Kong? So they still had
Hmm.
the same fear that they had in the '54 film. They were still Godzilla was still a major threat. That's the reason they went and got King Kong in the first place because they couldn't stop Godzilla. So in that aspect, they're similar. They're
I think I
in
think
that
the
movie.
I think
Oh,
this
we lost
GVK had
Remy.
more destruction.
We lost Remy.
I think that the destruction was more disturbing in 1954.
Yeah,
Yeah.
54 is the darkest one of the darkest
yeah,
Godzilla. To me, it's probably the most darkest one.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Sorry about that, guys. My thing crashed. That's why I got
Now, you
lost for
good?
a
You
second.
good, Remy? We still here.
Yeah.
I gotta bring this up. Uh, the death of Godzilla. Surge, when you saw that scene, I know. When you saw that scene, what kind of emotion was going through? What was going through your mind when you saw Godzilla just like screaming, yelling? What was going on with you?
I think I think that was a turning point for most people. Like if that was the first Godzilla movie you had ever seen, or even if it wasn't, I think it was weird because usually at the end of monster movies it's like, oh man, thank God, like they killed the monster and whatnot. But in this case, it wasn't like that because you felt bad. Some people felt bad, or if you were probably like Gus, you were thinking, no, I know he just laid waste to Japan, but I don't want him to die, which is probably kind of a weird sensation. Um, like I mean, and just kind of comparing it to King Kong, um, this the stakes weren't quite as high because King Kong wasn't destroying the city, but here Godzilla just brought upon nuclear waste to Japan, and yet most of us, I think, feel bad for Godzilla and really didn't want him to die. But of course, that's how the movie goes, and so it feels more tragic. And the movie does a really good job of conveying that as well. At the end, the people are not cheering. The you know,
Hmm.
it's a somber ending. Everybody has a somber attitude towards what just happened. Also, of course, with the human sacrifice at the end as well, uh, and then knowing that, well, we caused this, so I think it was very different, and you can feel that too. You just feel it's almost
Yeah.
kind of a depressing, but amazing because it really gets you. It really makes you think.
Yeah, I thought it was a really really intense scene. I think we lost Surge. I
Mhm.
thought it was a really really intense scene. Because you got everybody on this one boat. It's so intense. Everybody's watching. No, everybody knows what's going on, but they don't know what's going on. And to have Serizawa down there holding something that he knows is going to kill him, probably not even sure it's going to kill Godzilla, but it does. I mean, and Godzilla had a wide range of emotion towards the end of this film. Like I felt really, really bad. Thanks, sir. Just let me see if we can get him back on. There he is. He had a wide range of emotion, and I think it was intense. Everybody's on the boat. People don't know what's going. I mean, no telling what's going on through their minds, and then to just be down there. Because Nick, that's you. You wanted to go down there, so you're down there. You're
Yeah, yeah,
holding
yeah.
this. You're holding this, and Nick is like, "Look, I got to do this for my boys." You're not thinking about nobody else. You think about me, Serge, and Reggie. So at this point, Nick is down there looking at Godzilla. Godzilla's looking at you, and then that's when Godzilla screamed. Like it was really sad, man. I felt bad for Godzilla. Like you said, Serge, it's like he is destroying Japan, but is there kind of another way we can get rid of Godzilla? So I felt really bad, man. It was sad for me. How did you feel about that, Nick?
His death, honestly, like Serge said, is like something you don't want to happen. You really don't want to see the death of the king. But at the same time, like I understand in people's purposes, you know, my man's was destroying the city, houses that people built, you know, putting holes in beaches coming up the mountain. You know, his
Yeah.
his 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 death was upsetting since this was like the first death that you know led up to the next one in 1984,
Yeah.
which was more
Well, we thought
emotional,
was
I
that.
would say. Yeah, we thought we were done with death, but no, the death still continues. But the cries, you could tell the pain he was going through because of
Yes.
that bomb was just sucking the life out of him. You know,
Man,
it
and
was it was a
someone,
pretty sad death.
yeah, man, it was intense and sad, man. Remy, how did you feel about the death of Godzilla in 1954?
I again with Nick again agreeing with Nick and Serge. I do really feel like this is like one of those movies where at the end when the monster dies, you're not cheering, but you're actually feeling bad for him. Like with King Kong, you don't cheer when King Kong dies. You kind of tear up a little bit when Kong dies. And with this, you kind of tear up when Godzilla dies because you're like, yeah, he was destroying stuff, but in the end, it's not really his fault. It's more of our fault. We're the ones that woke him up in the beginning with the bomb. It's more of us.
Yeah.
We did this to ourselves. Godzilla is just the aftermath of what would happen. And you really do feel bad for him because Godzilla is punishing us for our use of
Mistakes.
weapons, but also because, yeah, exactly. But also because
He was the first victim.
he's the first of his kind. He's lonely. Like he has no one else to share that bond with, and he just releases all that depression and anger onto us when he destroys Japan. Like you don't really, like, yes, you understand. Like you feel bad for all the people, but you also feel bad for Godzilla because you're just like, man, this is this creature that we awoken. Like we didn't. He was attacking because he was a creature. He didn't know what else to do. This is a new world for
Yeah.
him. He didn't know what he was doing. So I feel like with this, you do feel bad for Godzilla. And that final shot where you see Godzilla just slowly lift his arm one more time and then it slumps down, and then you just see him dissolve into a bunch of skeletons into his skeletal form. Like
Oh yeah.
that just hits hard. You're like, oh man, didn't have to end like that. There could have been another way. We could have found like a way to coexist with him. Then again, this
Right.
ends that way.
And I can remember that other guy. He was on the boat too. He looked up at. I think he had on a black suit. I can't remember. But the way he looked at Godzilla when Godzilla just kept fighting and kept fighting, I thought that was really intense too. And that was a touching shot of him looking like, wow, this Godzilla's really like he's really a monster. Like it is really tough to take him down. And it was another scene I forgot about that tripped me out when they were sleeping in the house. It was almost like a flood or tsunami, and that guy was just screaming. I was like, what the hell is going on? I thought he was stuck on something. Like he was just like screaming. Like that was another intense scene. Nick, before I ask this final question, do we have any more questions in the chat?
Nope, nothing.
All right.
I don't think we do.
Seriously,
Serge,
my
I'm gonna
friend in
start
the
this
chat.
with you. Hey, what's up, bro? Serge, friend, what's up, bro? He our friend now, bro. He gotta be our friend now. He gotta share you. He gotta share us, bro. But Serge, I'm bringing it to you. Angel, I hope we did good. Man. We dedicate this to you. So you know, I hope we did good. So Serge, I'm gonna bring this to you. Out of 5 stars, if you had to rate this movie, what would you give it?
Oh, well, that's easy. That's 5. Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it. You really can't judge too harshly on the first of its kind, right? But you don't even have to for this movie because it's just so well done. It's so timeless, and here we are, 67 years later, still talking about it. So that's definitely 5.
5. Nick, what about you? Out of 5 stars, how would you rate this movie? My man, Remy, you better not mess this up, or you will be off next week's show.
I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5 too. Like this film set the standards for how a kaiju movie should be. Like this is a classic. Not
It
just in
set the
kaiju
standards,
films, but in cinema.
it kicked off Godzilla. It kicked off his
Exactly.
entire
Like it was the
franchise.
beginning of a new generation. It was the beginning of something fantastic, to be honest. So it's a 5.
Yeah.
Man. It can't be any lower.
Don't be that guy.
It's perfect.
Don't be that guy.
No, I'm not gonna be like, well,
Awesome.
actually, the special effects weren't very good. The puppetry could have used a little bit work. Like, shut up. 1954. God.
Who's
I'd like to see
after?
it better.
Who's after?
1950 freaking forward.
So Nick or Serge? Who's out? I mean, not Nick or Serge. Nick or Remy? Who's after Serge to pick the film? So it's Nick. So Nick, you can take Alan up on his offer, and we can do the 1998. or you can.
I've had this
Don't.
one. I've had this one pitched in my head for a good minute.
Okay, talk to us, Nick. What we doing?
All right, what is it? Yeah, announce it to us. Let the chat hear what we're going to review next week.
We're going to review something my father likes. He
Okay.
thinks is the best film that he liked. Destroy All Monsters.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
I got a good one right there. That's a good one. That's
Nice.
classic.
Nice. Destroy. Okay.
We
Destroy all
also got a
monsters.
question.
Okay.
We do?
Someone asked, "Are we gonna review Halloween Kills?" Oh,
Oh.
I mean,
oh.
we probably wouldn't be. It'll probably have to be a day where we have a free day. It's because we normally do what our Godzilla streams on Thursday.
Or were they
So we have a free
referring to
day.
your channel, Donald? Yeah, I think they might have been referring to your channel specifically, like your personal reviews, I think.
Oh yeah.
About Halloween Kills.
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will.
You want to throw me in
Because
there? I'll chime in because I saw the movie about 4 times.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, then we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do a review. Yeah, we'll definitely do a review. Yeah, we'll have
have
to
you done
argue with you, Nick.
Hey, Donald, have you done a Venom Let There Be Carnage review yet? Or no?
I haven't.
Oh, I'd like to join that one,
You want,
dude. Yeah, I'd like to
you
be a
want
part of the
to?
review.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, let's
Throw
do
me
it.
in there
Let's
too.
do it. All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Serge, you can be there
All
too. I ain't gonna leave you out, Serge. We love you,
You gotta watch Venom. Time to theater to go see
I
it.
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So we got destroy all monsters. All right. Destroy all monsters. Destroy all monsters.
Alright, one more
So,
thing
That's gonna
before
be
we
our
go.
movie.
And I want to do this for Memory of Angel. I want us to give our best impression of a Godzilla roar before
Oh
the stream ends.
nah,
Yes, come on.
I can't do that.
You can't do a Godzilla
Okay,
roar.
let me.
Come on.
Hell no.
All right, Donald, you go first.
Alright,
Oh, Nick, just try it. Nick, just try it.
I gotta go first. All right,
Yeah, Donald, you're the host. You're the leader.
Okay. Oh. Okay. All right, give me a countdown to 3. Give me a countdown to 3. I
All
got
right,
you,
then.
Angel. I got you.
3, 2, 1, go.
I sound like I let out a loud burp.
Beautiful. All right, Nick,
All right.
your turn.
Nah, go, Surge next.
Okay, fine. Serge, your turn.
Okay, a Godzilla roar, right?
Yeah.
Come on, sir.
It could be any
Give it
Godzilla.
to
It could be any Godzilla roar. Showa,
Okay,
Millennium, Heisei,
So
Monsterverse.
okay, so for me, I am a heavy metal guy, so I do sing and scream and all this kind of stuff. And I do remember when the Monsterverse Godzilla came out, the first part of his roar sounds kind of like a metal scream. So that
Yeah.
I can do.
All right.
I'm
Let's hear it.
used to doing that for people, not a
Cool
camera.
idea, Remy.
So hold on.
You can hide it behind the camera. No big deal.
Hold on.
Why didn't hear it? All right. Wait. All right. I can't wait. I'm getting excited.
I got to hear this.
I'm waiting
Is that
for
sir?
you.
Okay.
I think I heard him. Yeah, I think I heard him. That was cool. That was nice. No, that was a good job, Serge.
What?
Good luck with that.
Good
No, that was a
idea,
good job,
Remy.
Serge. We heard you, man. That was really good.
Oh, you heard me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we heard you.
we like
Are
heard
you
the
serious?
muffle of it. Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, hold on. Here, well, let me do it again now that I know you're actually listening.
Okay. We hear you.
That was really
Not
good.
bad, son.
Yeah, no, I like that. That was pretty good.
That was hard. I did not have any water.
All right, Remy.
All right, my turn. All right, then. All right, Naked Baby, ready, though. You're going next.
Boy,
All right, here we go. All right. What do you want? Do you want a specific Godzilla roar, or do you just want a Godzilla roar in general? Because I can do a
Roar in
specific one.
general.
Just in general. Just in general.
Just in general? Okay. All right, here we go. I haven't done a camera in a while. All right, here we go.
That was good, Remy.
There we go.
Well,
All right, Nick.
can you do the charge up, Nick? Well,
yeah,
look,
I think
Andrew,
Kasha's chest up.
My family's probably thinking,
What?
what the hell is going on over there?
I know my wife.
They're like, what are they doing?
After I get
Why
off
is
this
third
stream, my
screen?
wife finna beat me with a spoon or something. What you doing waking the kids up?
All right, Nick, let's hear it. You don't have to be a Roy either. Give me the charge up if you want.
Well, Nick, I'll tell you
Wow.
what. We'll give you something to do. Share your best memory of Godzilla and Remembrance of Angel.
Oh, there
My
you go.
best memory?
Yeah. Like,
Best
one of your
memory.
favorite memories with Godzilla.
Now I can't stop doing it.
So I don't gotta do the word. I just gotta say my best memory.
No, you can do a memory
Best,
now.
I think it would be the 2014 when he first appeared in the airport.
A good one.
now you got to
That's
do the
all
word,
in
man.
right
Nick.
there,
I'm
man.
just man.
Now I can do the roar.
Oh
Jeez.
man.
That
Oh
was fun.
man. All right, man. This was super awesome. So we'll be doing. Alex, we got you on the 1998 Godzilla. So be on the lookout for
That's
that
gonna
one.
come up.
We
That's
will
gonna
Yeah,
come
we
up.
do
got
that in the future. We promise. That and Cloverfield.
we got it.
Those will be in the future. We promise,
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah. We'll do a
For you,
lot of those.
brother, we'll do
We'll
it.
go ahead. Yep. If you're still watching for you, we'll make sure we do it. And I'll probably end up messaging him on YouTube. But this was fun, guys. I think this is probably the best episode we've done. Angel, we love you. We dedicate this to you.
Rest in peace.
Condolences to the family. We love you as well. And we love y'all. We'll be back doing the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters movie review, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time next week. I enjoyed you, brothers. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace out.
All right. See
Peace.
ya. On with the king.